F1 Academy. It's the hot new topic.
It's the hot new topic that's going to keep on growing and growing, and we're going to be investing a lot more time and effort into this because it's something that's important to us.
We should almost do like a little smaller episodes when there is an F1 Academy race.
Yeah.
I think so.
And cover all of that as well. Because I think it's really important to address women in motorsport.
It is.
Yeah. I think we bring back like our F1 minis and incorporate F1 Academy into that.
So our minis will essentially be F1 Academy moving forward.
Yes.
And also
Absolutely.
Netflix is jumping on the F1 Academy bandwagon, which means that you have to because everyone loves the Drive to Survive bandwagon fans. So, but it's it's the best way to understand how F1 Academy works.
Yeah.
Because it is slightly different
to
F3, F2, F1.
There are certain aspects I do feel like it would be good if F1 did do it. You know, kind of just like how there's 5 identical cars.
Yeah.
I feel like if F1 did that, there'd be no
Interesting
world
racing.
max. True.
Interesting racing. Well, should we dive into it?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right.
Okay, so F1 Academy, kind of like I previously said, there are 5 identical cars and all drivers must be women and
yeah, the
25
girls.
years of age or younger. See, I actually didn't realise that. 25 or younger.
Yeah, so you age out.
I kind of think that's a bit wrong, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's all
Yeah, it's
right.
like we don't see that in the F1.
Yeah.
But I think they have to start somewhere, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, and then they have to be 16 or older when entering their first race of the season. But then that also is quite interesting because to be an F1 driver, you have to be 18.
Yeah.
So why is it 16?
Like, I
Because
think
they
the
don't
car's not
have
as powerful.
Yeah, the car's not as powerful, so they don't
true.
need the super license. But we'll get into
Yeah.
that.
We'll get into that. And I think as well it's good because we do get to see the young talent as we're seeing, like
the
Abby
talent.
pulling. But yeah, from this season, 10 F1 teams have nominated one driver, with each team having their livery on their chosen driver's car. The remaining 5 drivers are being supported by other partners with announcement coming in due course. So obviously, that's where we see the Charlotte Tilburys, the Tommy Hilfiger. Who else have we got in there? Puma.
We've got a shit ton of sponsors in
Yeah.
there. And by having that, it's a route to give women racers a chance on the weekends for some TV time for their sponsors to generate more money so they can attract that. And then it gives them better hope stepping up into F3 and hopefully onwards. It also, fun fact about F1 Academy, it actually replaced the W Series, which...
That's
So
what we
forgot about that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
so
our
Kind of just merged into one.
so it was basically the
Yeah.
same thing, but F1 didn't really support the W Series. So the W Series shut down financially.
And then Susie Wolf came in.
Yeah.
And
So it's probably reignited. It's
Also, I'm not sure if everyone knows this, but our good friend Naomi Sheaf was a W Series driver.
yes. There she was. So yeah, there's a lot more money behind F1 Academy now.
yeah. But then also we've got to mention that all drivers can only complete. All drivers can only compete in 2 seasons of the series.
Yeah. So they got
kinda
2
sad.
chances. I know. It's kind of with the
Yeah.
ageism and that's kind of it's rough, but
Yeah.
I think the aim is to then get
it's
them into
I think it's because there's so much money being invested into it. It's like you got to perform.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
then also it's just having younger and talented, not more talented, but showing off more talent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because kind of like F1, you get stuck with the same drivers for 5 years.
Yeah.
And the
Longer.
poor guys in F2 that are clearly really talented
Yeah,
just
they're
don't get the
busting
chance
and nut
to-
ready to go, and they just
Yeah.
can't.
I think the aim though is to then, get these girls into F3, F2, and one day F1.
F1. And then on the race weekends, races 1 and 2 are both 30 minutes each, and they're actually on the same day, which I find quite interesting.
It's a lot. They do a lot
Yeah.
of racing.
Yeah. Because all the practice sessions are the same day as well, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's nuts.
day for
they
them.
smashed it all out.
Very big day.
Yeah.
Jeez. And the session length, so free practices are 40 minutes each, qualifying 30 minutes, race 1, 30 minutes, race 2, 30 minutes. That's a lot of car time for them, as we just said. And a schedule will be issued in the lead up to every round to determine timings of each session. So I guess they can
So they fit them
change a
around
little
the
bit.
F1 races,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah.
That's how they go.
Yeah. And then in terms of the starting grid, so in qualifying, each driver's fastest lap will set the grid for race 1. The driver's second fastest laps will set the order for race 2. In terms of points attribution, so the drivers who take pole position for races 1 and 2 following the final classification of the qualifying sessions will be awarded 2 points. For both races, the top 10 qualified drivers will be awarded 25, 18, 15, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, and 1 point, respectively. In each race, 1 point will be awarded to the driver who achieves the fastest valid lap time, providing she was in the top 10 positions of the final race classification, which I think is very interesting because we don't see that in F1. No point will be awarded to the driver who achieved the fastest lap but was not within the top 10 classified drivers in the final classification, or if the leader has completed less than 50% of the scheduled race distance.
Fuck. Mouthful of points when you read it out like
Yeah.
that. Like the when you go 25, 18, 15, I'm always like, whoa, I can't keep up. Hang on, my mind is just not going. Now, in terms of tyre allocation, the sporting regulations have stated that each driver in the F1 Academy is allocated 3.5 sets of dry weather tyres. So one of these may be carried over from previous test or event where applicable, and then 2 sets of wet weather tyres per event.
Does Pirelli?
Yes.
Is Pirelli
yeah,
as
so
well?
Pirelli
Yeah.
stayed on board with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is great. I mean, it's best to keep,
Keep
you know,
it-
if you're going to put F1 on the name, you've got to keep some of those
Yeah,
sponsors
yeah,
back to back.
Yeah, I think as well. Like
Imagine Bridgestone.
yeah, it just makes
Michelin Man.
it makes
Oh,
everything
God.
easier in terms of the logistics
It's
behind it.
cleaner.
Yeah, cleaner.
Yeah, can you
Yeah.
imagine, if they had a different tyre sponsor and they're driving past Pirelli signs?
Yeah.
Especially at like Melbourne where Pirelli is bloody
Oh,
everywhere.
imagine the cost.
Yeah.
yeah.
The
They'd
cost
have to,
of having to like
run up,
Yeah.
take them down, and oh god,
It would not work.
drama.
Now, in terms of the licenses, so all drivers participating in F1 Academy, they hold a grade B, C, or D international FIA license. So that's not your super license, which they have in the F1. So the top 5 classified drivers in the 2024 drivers standings will get a FIA super license points. So they will get the point added towards to get their super license.
Yeah.
And if you need a refresher on your super license,
We have an episode.
we
on
have a
that.
mini on
Yeah.
that.
so the winner of the 2024
We'll put
season
that in
is
the show
going.
notes as well.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
We'll pop it in there so you can easily find it. The winner of this season of F1 Academy will receive 10 super license points, and while the drivers in second and third place will collect 7 and 5 points respectively. And so down to the 5th gets one point. So it all adds up, which then obviously they need that license if they want to compete in F1.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. So they've only got 2 seasons though to get that.
Yeah.
Which isn't a lot
No.
at all.
No.
I wonder if they should extend it to 3. I feel like 3 is a good number
Well,
when it
3
comes
is a
to
good
like
number, yeah.
driving contracts.
This is also their first year properly doing it. So I
Yeah.
guess they're
Yeah.
also testing the theory.
yeah,
Yeah.
very true. But fun fact as well, there can be wildcard entries. So from the 2024 season, wildcard entries have been introduced at select races across the calendar. So they work with the race promoters, and F1 Academy will identify talented young women from the host region and offer them a wildcard entry for a specific weekend. I really like that.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea.
They should create an F1 team for wildcard entries.
Ooh.
It would be
Actually kinda
so
cool.
interesting.
That would be really
Yeah.
cool.
I know.
That would be
Very
really
cool.
fun. But
I'm all
at
for
races
it.
where there is a wild card entry, reigning team champions Prima Racing will operate the wild card.
Wild card.
Oh my god!
It's a mouthful.
Wild card
What?
card.
Okay, you got it. Wild card car.
Oh, I said it wrong.
In addition to their 3 entries, and offer support training to the selected driver, and the entrants will be eligible to score points in the driver standings.
Ooh. So I know we sort of touched on the car before and how it is a different car to the F1 car, but what cars do they race? So they race a one-make series. Drivers get behind the wheel of identical Tatus T421 chassis using 13-inch tyres provided by our friends at Pirelli, powered by a turbocharged 1.4 4-cylinder engine supplied by Autotechnica. These deliver 174 brake horsepower and hit a top speed of 240 k's per hour. So not as fast as the F1 cars.
So we have had is it 2 races? Yes.
We've had two
We've had 2
races,
races.
yeah.
So the first one was Jeddah in Saudi Arabia, March 7th till 9th. Then we had May 3 to 5, May 3rd to 5th in Miami. And then now we have Barcelona, Spain, the 21st of June to the 23rd of June. After that, we have a month break. We are in Zandvoort, Netherlands,
Zandvoort.
August 23rd to 25th. That's my sister's birthday.
Yeah.
Like, hey, let's go.
Mm.
Let's go. September 20th to the 22nd in Singapore, Marina Bay.
Whoop.
We all love Singapore. Hopefully
Hopefully
we might
we're
be
there.
there.
Hopefully
Hopefully we
we're
can be there.
there with your baby Pat.
Yeah.
That'd be an ideal situation.
Ideal.
The 29th of November to the 1st of December in Lusail, Qatar. And then the final round, the 6th to the 8th of December, is Yas Marina, Abu Dhabi.
I think they've got like a nice selection of street circuits and race circuits.
Yeah, I agree.
It's nice that they've paired it with a lot of the F1 Academy, not F1 Academy, the F1 schedule. I still stand by the fact that I think for emission and cost wise, if what they did, say, in Melbourne over 2 weekends, they had F1 Academy with F2 and F3 racing one weekend.
That'd be nice.
And then F1 on the other weekend with the supercars.
Yeah, I still think that's not happening ever. But, you know.
Girl can fucking dream.
Never know.
But we
All
can
right.
dream.
Well, who are the drivers in F1 Academy?
Who
And
are
we're
our
passing this off to you
gals?
because Amy and I would just butcher the hell out of this. We know that we both suck at pronouncing anything besides our own names.
The their names are actually not too
too bad.
difficult, but let's go. So we've got number 3, Lola Lovin Foss, who is supported by Charlotte Tilbury, Rodan Motorsport. Then we've got number 7, Emily DeHughes, who is supported by Red Bull Ford, MP Motorsport. We've got Hamda Al Kubaisi, supported by Red Bull Racing, MP Motorsport, number 8. Number 9, a name we have heard and seen a lot, Abby Pulling. She is supported by Alpine with Rodan Motorsport. Then we've got number 14, Chloe Chambers, who's supported by Haas, Campos Racing. Kerry Schreiner, who is number 15, supported by Kick Sauber, also Campos Racing. We've got another good friend and Elle's girl crush. Number 16, Bianca Bustamante.
Absolute girl crush.
Absolute girl crush. She's supported by McLaren, Art Grand Prix. Then we have number 17, Jessica Edgar, who is supported by American Express, also with Rodan Motorsport. Tina Houseman, number 19, supported by Aston Martin in Prima Racing. Aurelia Nobels, number 22, is supported by Puma Art Grand Prix. Number 28, another high performer, is Dorian Pin, who is supported by Mercedes and Prima Racing. We've got Nerea Marti, who is supported by Tommy Hilfiger, Campos Racing, number 30. We've got number 57, Leah Block, supported by Williams and Art Grand Prix. Number 64, hold on, we've only got 2 more. Number 64, Maya Wig, who is supported by Scuderia Ferrari HP. She's got a nice HP on her race suit and Prima Racing. And finally, number 88, Amna Al Kubaisi, supported by RB MP Motorsport. And I'm pretty certain Amna Al Kubaisi and Hamda Al Kubaisi are siblings.
Yeah. She went with her sister.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
And that's our gals.
Pop off, queens.
Pop off queen.
Literally pop off queens. Literally. It's a good group of girls and I'm so excited to see them on how this Netflix show is going to unfold. And
I
just like the rest of the
know.
season. Like I was stressing last time when they were out, which was in Miami. That was their last race.
Yeah.
And
Why
I
were
couldn't
you
work out
stressing?
on KO on how to get F1 Academy up.
I know.
KO
They need to make it
Oh,
more
yeah.
accessible.
KO needs to, make it more upfront.
They
That's,
do.
That's my only suggestion because I am keen to watch.
Yes.
Well, we need an F1 Academy Aussie in there.
We do.
Soon.
Yeah.
One day soon.
There will be one
The
soon.
next 2.
Surely. I think Mark Webber's actually managing a couple of girls
Good on him.
over in Europe. So
Good man.
someone will pop up over there.
Love it.
Well, that's all we have time for today on your little fast spritz about what is F1 Academy.
Hopefully yes, we will bring in some little recaps over F1 Academy race weekends, and we'll be able to provide a little bit more about how
What's
these
been
girls
happening.
go and what's been going on and all of that.
Easier. Okay. Bye.
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 Bye.